Understanding the entitlement process. How to sell your land in Georgia for top dollar. I'm your host, Eric Clark, your commercial real estate certified commercial investment member and business broker, president of Lewis and Clark CRE Group, brokered by eXp Commercial. Are you a landowner in North Georgia thinking about selling your property in counties like Bartow, Cherokee, Forsyth, or Gwinnett? Perhaps your property is just outside the Beltway or located near Midtown or Buckhead. Before you begin to go through the process of selling your land, there's a critical process you need to understand to maximize your land's value. It's called the entitlement process. Normally, it's misunderstood. In this video, we'll walk you through each step using real-world examples and timelines so you're fully prepared to turn your raw land into premium, ready-to-develop parcels that buyers will compete for. Let's begin. What is the entitlement process? Entitlements are the legal rights you obtain to develop a property for a specific end use. Whether you're planning to sell your land to a residential builder or a commercial developer or an institutional investor, going through this process often significantly increases your property's value. The process can take anywhere between 90 days. Most likely it's much longer, could be 18 to 22 months. It just depends upon so many variables and market analysis. So let's review this often misunderstood lengthy process and help you become a better informed property owner so you make better real estate decisions. Let's review what are the key 7 steps in the entitlement process with example dates. Step number 1. Master planning, usually done by the developer or by the buyer. Let's have an example start date, January 15th, 2025. Duration period, anywhere between 30 and 45 days is reasonable. It could be 60. The master plan outlines the big picture, how the land will be used, where infrastructure will go, and how the site fits into the county or city growth plans. The steps involves with working with engineers and land planners to create a conceptual layout, road networks, utilities, the lines for the lots, and amenities, and etc. At Lewis and Clark, we coordinate these designs with local trends and zoning goals to help position your property as a high-value opportunity with either you, the property owner, or normally is the case, we do this with the buyer or the developer. Step number 2. Planned unit development, or better known as the PUD package. Let's have an example submission date of March 1st, 2025. Duration of this period could be about 30 to 60 days, normally 60 days. It's a review and commitment period. Next, we prepare the PUD, submit it to the given and the right government agency or the authority. Often it's the county or city planning or permitting commission or board. This package is given to them and it formalizes the vision for the property. It includes detailed maps, density counts, how many people will be there, building types, traffic studies, utility plans, and other variables. The PUD process allows flexibility in zoning, which can be a huge benefit to you, the landowner. It must be reviewed by the county's planning and or zoning board. And it takes, 60 to 90 days normally. Step number 3, county coordination and pre-application meetings. Example date, March 25th, 25. So this step involves meeting with county and planning officials, DOT reps, school board reps, and utility authorities. The stakeholders give early feedback on your concept plan. This is critical to avoid costly delays later. Again, we handle these steps for you and or work with the buyers and developers by organizing the pre-application meetings and modifying the plan accordingly. And you'd be invited to be at the meeting. Highly recommended. Step number 4, wetlands delineation and environmental study. Let's pick an example start date, say April 1st, 2025. Duration, about 4 weeks. Any land with streams, ponds, or low-lying areas may have wetland buffers that limit the development. A wetland scientist walks the site, marks areas that require preservation. Knowing this up front helps avoid surprises during the due diligence period. Again, we'll coordinate this effort with the buyers or developers and or with the firms who specialize with the Corps of Engineers delineation standards. All right, step number 5, the DRI, or Development Regional Impact, if applicable, not always needed. An example submission date, April 15th, 2025. Normally about a 30 to 60-day process. It's required for larger tracts, larger parcels. If your project meets a certain size, like 400 plus residential homes or units, or 300,000 plus square feet of commercial space, it may trigger the DRI process for review to be reviewed by the Georgia Regional Commission. This includes school impact, traffic generation, water usage, and just regional growth alignment. Again, don't worry, we'll walk you through the steps, step by step, and or we will coordinate and work with the buyer developers that go through this process. Step number 6, the rezoning application. An example submission date, let's pick May 1st, 2025. Planning and zoning hearing will be in June, say June 10th, so about a month later, with a planned commissioner vote a couple weeks later, say around June 20th, 25. If your current zoning doesn't match the proposed use, we'll submit a rezoning request with supporting documentation such as the PUD and the concept plan prepared by the engineers, being probably presented by the developer or buyer. And it's done at a public hearing. The public hearing is done with the planning commissioner and or with the county commissioners. We'll coordinate these neighborhood meetings that we need to have and public support to push this through. We want people to be advocates for the project and not distractors. Step number 7, the LDP, the Land Disturbance Permit. An example submission date, July 15th, 2025. Issuance target date, say August 30th. And once the zoning is approved, the civil engineer finalizes the grading, stormwater, and erosion control plans. All of this is submitted in the LDP, which is required before the site work begins. If you're selling to a builder, this step-by-step helps you to, doing the LDP, it helps you get your property shovel ready, which will greatly increase the sale price of your property. So why does all this matter, you might ask? Well, you have to have all these steps in place before you can have a closing. And normally your closing will take place anywhere from 10 to 30 days after the LDP has been approved. So why does this matter? Going through these entitlement steps, it transforms your land from raw acreage into a development-ready site. It means builders and investors don't have to wait any longer. Now they can close faster if you take it through the process yourself and or they take it through the process. So here at Lewis & Clark, we guide you, the property owner, through this process and or your buyer developer. And we help market your property also to the buyers or developers as they look to go through the entitlement process. Often the buyer and developer will come to you with a contract with contingencies of fully executing the contract as they go through the entitlement process. Something you want to have with a broker that represents you is a broker who holds the buyer and developers accountable, sets the milestones in place so that your contract doesn't get delayed and it goes through in a timely manner, ultimately to get you to closing. So, final thoughts. If you're a landowner thinking of selling, don't leave money on the table. Remember, you only have one time to sell your property. Let us evaluate your site, build the right strategy, and potentially double or triple the property value through smart entitlement processing. Call or message us today. Excuse me. And let's make your land work harder for you. For more information, reach out to me directly at any time. You can reach me at eric.clark@expcommercial.com or call me at 770-878-7334. You can visit my website at lewisclarkcre.com, lewisclarkcre.com. And if you find this content of added value, please subscribe and share your comments. If you'd like to hear more information, contact me. I'd be happy to to comply and talk to you more about this. Till next time, Eric Clark here, your go-to CRE and business broker with the CCIM Advantage. Wishing you a great day. And always remember, I invest in land and lives. Have a good day.